All right, welcome to the Blurry Dude Show, the show you don't have to watch to enjoy. I am the Blurry Dude, and obviously this is the first episode back in the old studio with some new and old cast members, which is why today we are going to talk about us. We're going to talk about what we think the show is, because we can't really categorize the genre, and we're going to introduce ourselves, talk about our likes, dislikes, and probably won't get to any of that knowing the Blurry Dude Show. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to start all the way down at your end, and yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm henchman number 3.
Right. 2.0.
I've run out of things to say already, which is typical. Now you know for sure it's me.
Right. All right, go ahead.
I'm the bean counter. Bean for short. That was really weird. But, I like reading. What else do I like? I don't know. Lots of things.
Well, you're
Movies,
into sci-fi. Okay, so I guess
sci-fi, yeah.
All right, let's go back. So this is the first episode, and obviously we're totally prepared in true Blurry Dude fashion.
Always professional,
but
definitely.
So I'm gonna start over. I'm not gonna erase any of this. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys see all that, and but I'm gonna start over and I'm gonna introduce everybody, and then we'll go that route. So obviously we have henchman number 3, 2.0. I won't keep calling you that, though.
That's just too much.
It is. It's a little bit too much. Everybody else goes, math,
well, it's
really?
like,
no.
It's one of those modern rebrandings where instead of adding a new version number, they just say it like
new and improved.
They relaunch it.
Right.
So it's, the
keep on adding
iPhone
numbers.
again.
It's henchman 3.0 realized. But anyway, okay, so, and then to my immediate left here, your right, I think that's how that works.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Reflective.
I think it's up for them.
Up, yes. Behind you
Yes.
is
Turn around!
is the bean counter. And now, mind you, well, I guess I kind of skipped over a little bit there, didn't I? All right, so Henchman obviously has some serious science knowledge, and also gets into sci-fi and fantasy and geek
Movies.
stuff. We're all geeks here.
Yeah.
You can just take it as read. We're geeks. We're into geek stuff. We all know our Star Wars and Star Trek and War Trek and Trek Wars and all that fun stuff.
I know my vintage real spacecraft and stuff, not so much Star Wars and Star Trek, but
Right. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm the outlier. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
That's right. You're here to let us know when they've done it wrong.
Right.
Let's just put it that way. That works for me. All right. So the bean counter here, she's obviously, well, I guess to many of you, everybody's new, but the bean counter is actually responsible for making sure that we have all of the monies and other bean type things to do the show. So, and she's also an avid reader, sci-fi fan, fantasy fan, etc., etc. Not so much into the comic book universe.
No.
That we kind of put all on one side of the table.
Yes.
There's method to my madness.
Hold on.
But anyway, so I'll go ahead and, all right,
Right.
so is there anything you want to add to that, or have I just completely stole your thunder?
No, that was good. I don't think I have anything to add.
You have no thunder.
No, I have no thunder.
No thunder. We are thunderless.
Sorry.
We're just lightning.
I'm going to skip me, because if you don't know who I am, why are you watching this? No, I am the Blurry Dude, and I'm a big geek, and I do stuff with computers. You'll get pretty much more of the story as we go on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
To my immediate right is Mini Dude, who will
Hola.
be sharing with us some of his comic book media knowledge later on in the show. What other interests do you have?
Not much.
Oh, come on, man.
Skating.
Yeah, skating. And then,
Skateboarding.
Yeah.
Right.
That's about it. That, soccer, and school. That's all I do.
Right. But of those things, he enjoys at least 3.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Maybe
all 4. But. All right. And then, of course, to my far right is the legendary Mongo, comic book extraordinaire. This man knows things about people who know things that I don't know about, and it's fantastic.
He
But
doesn't know other people.
Yeah, pretty much useless information.
well, I think that's pretty much 70% of all information. Frankly, is useless information. We watch so much. I know so much about Stranger Things, and I could know about science and. Well, science. There's pretty much nothing else, is there? But I don't. Instead,
Science.
I filled my head with season 1 and almost 2 of season of. By the way, we'll have to have a conversation about that later too.
Yeah.
Oh, we already had a conversation about it.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you're not privy to the way this works, but generally we don't. Even if we talk about it before the show, just pretend. No, we've had all these conversations before. You're just now getting involved. That's all. So it's a little peer into the crazy minds of everybody on this panel, but probably mostly me.
But Mongo has something to.
Yeah, I was okay. Oh, well, and we
show
have.
and
Are we gonna do that now?
Are we gonna?
Why not?
This is weird. For those of you who don't know, I used to be on that side, and now I've got to like. My neck doesn't know how to do that. I go this way and I feel tight, you know. Anyway, did you have more to add to your introduction?
Basically, I'll probably be the entertainment guy because, like you said, I'm into the whole comic books things. I love the movies, the television shows. I'm not so.
No, wait a minute. Just for the peace of mind of the cynics at home, who I relate to wholeheartedly, you don't love all of them, though, right?
I don't love all of them.
Okay, all right. So we will be trash talking something.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. Otherwise, we don't have a show.
I do even watch the shows that get the bad raps just to see what's it all about.
How bad it is?
Yeah,
That's okay.
how bad it is, and sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So.
No, we will talk about what qualifies as acceptable cheese. There are many things that do acceptable cheese. The cheese scale, the blurrometer, things like that. Those things will make appearances because we don't have anything else to call them.
All this talk of beans and cheese is making me hungry.
It's better than being the thing that we talked about before. Never mind. That's a little inside for us, guys. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I guess we need to discuss, what everybody should expect, and basically the last 5 minutes or so. Have we been timing this? We haven't been timing
Roughly, we started about a certain amount of time ago.
this. Right? We're
Viewers,
so good at this.
Use your tachyon communicators to let us know how long we've been.
Right? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call it 5 minutes. We'll just do
We're
that.
closer to 10 almost.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought we started at 12:45.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now on to interesting things.
Well, what I was going to say is I kind of want to discuss what to expect. The last, however long it's been, is pretty much what you can expect from us. We're Tangent is our middle name.
Yeah.
Remember when Futurama came back and they just had to play catch up to all the popular culture that happened since they were canceled?
Everything that's happened in the last 4 years, go!
Right.
No, but we are going to have. I'm going to explain the topic format, which of course, we're going to do a very similar thing to what we did before. We're just not going to directly do like movies versus movies unless we feel like it. There's not going to be any necessary rhyme or reason. It's just going to be interesting topics, things that we can complain about, and maybe even compare. And we might even have some challenges later on down the road, some trivia, that kind of thing. Who knows? We're going to play it by ear. Which brings me to the actual kind of topic of this show, which is, what is the Blurry Dude? What was the Blurry Dude? What will the Blurry Dude be? And we're all going to just kind of go over what our views on what this is. Now, most people have referred to us as a talk show, but I would like to remind anybody who has seen previous seasons of The Blurry Dude that we are not just a talk show. We were a talk show, a variety show, a review show. We even did a little bit of sketch comedy. In case you haven't seen the promotional videos on Facebook, which I guarantee like everybody watching this has seen everything on Facebook and is probably tired of hearing me. So I guess let's go ahead and talk about what was the Blurry Dude, what is the Blurry Dude. And we'll start with Henchman because he looks the most uncomfortable about
And you
talking
were
about
here,
this.
I wasn't.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What was the Blurry Dude?
It was a show where we talked about stuff and also did other things.
It was a show.
So pretty much the first promotional video. Okay, thanks for all the show, guys. See you next week.
All wrapped up in a package.
Okay,
What do you
well,
want from me?
What did you like about the old show?
Talking about stuff.
and things. Right, we've got that. We've covered. Okay, let's take a different angle.
You picked the wrong person to ask this question.
Okay, well, let's go to Vern first, and then we'll see how the people who've only seen it for the first time but not been on it, obviously, how they feel about it.
All right.
But Vern, what do you think the Blurry Dude show was, whatever?
Yes, tell us, Vern, go.
Well, first, was like, well, I wasn't here like that long for the first Blurry Dude. I kind of
Right.
came in towards the last end.
Season 7 ends part of season 8. Yeah.
Wow, there's seasons? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, and here's the so a little backstory about that. We didn't have seasons. We only had episode numbers up to a certain point, and then when we had talked about the Dish Network stuff, we had to divide things out and decide on how many episodes to do per season, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just kind of took arbitrary chunks of the show as it was, because in the very beginning we were just a radio show. Then we did this weird, like, black screen, but then we would show a movie, and then we did our first video here in the other room in the old studio here, which this is actually, I guess technically this is the new studio in the old studio building, because this is the third room that we've shot the show in.
Yeah.
So this is the new studio.
So when you did the movie thing,
Yeah.
did you actually like talk during the movie, or did you just?
Were you like
Usually-
a narrator?
Oh,
Well,
yes.
Yeah, did you actually-
Okay,
I mean,
I don't know if
critique
I
it
could
as
get
it was
sued for
playing?
this, but it's MST3K'ing it. Yeah, we did. That's exactly what we did. Because the movies that we showed were, well, they were bad. They were very, very bad. And
Name any names, but
right. But Monster Within will make you cringe, and Wire-Rido. Who will ever forget that? I mean,
Weirdo.
I want everybody out there to look up these movies just so that I'm not the only one. But
You must too be traumatized.
right, hashtag Wire-Rido. Anyway, so we asked you a question, and then we
yes.
ran, and we
Yes,
didn't
yes,
actually
we
let you
did.
answer.
So you were asking before what the Blurry Dude show was.
Yes.
Right.
Case in point.
All right.
No.
So, yeah, basically it's, I think it's kind of like a geek thing. I think it's a geek thing that you can enjoy. You can hear different people's views about it. Like, there's kind of stuff I know that we've talked before, and, like, I'll love something, and you'll just flat out hate it.
That is true. Yeah, so for those of
Opinions are
you,
real.
obviously Guy could not join us for reasons and stuff. He will be returning as well, as will Professor at some point. They were both had some rather not great circumstances, so I was going to say I didn't want to say anything about thoughts or prayers or anything, but I'm not going to get into that. All right. I forgot where I was going with that. Welcome to the Blurry Dude Show.
I think we were
He's the
talking
Blurry
about. I think we were basically talking about yin and yang of geek.
Oh, right, yeah. So Guy's not here. So if I need to argue with somebody, I've actually discovered in the last, month or so, that Mongo and I really have some differing views on some various things. Like Ang Lee, for instance. We won't get into it right now, but we've got some wildly opposing views.
No, I
Because
thought we were okay with. I thought we were kind of bored with that.
I was... Okay, so
That's
let's just
an
do it real quick.
Okay.
All right, so Ang Lee's Hulk, or as I like to call it, Close Up the Movie. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's just one whole, just long close-up of the Hulk and various pieces of
How
scenery.
do we make this guy look big? Well, fill the frame with his face.
Right? Yeah, but he doesn't have a forehead. They don't need a forehead. They're comic book fans. They've seen him before.
So when did this come out?
2003, I think.
I can't even tell you that.
I think it was 2003.
Was it? Okay.
Pretty
well,
sure.
Yeah, I
well,
remember.
basically, Ang Lee made the Hulk movie, and it was my God, it was so boring.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I rescind my previous statement. I thought that you liked the Ang Lee version.
No,
Well, okay, all right. So let me go back. All right. Other than it doesn't matter what the I'm going to say. All right, like 5 more times. I just annoyed myself. That was weird.
it was
That's
okay, but it was just like it wasn't what I expected to be because they tried to do the whole absorbing man thing, and
Right.
From rumor was that Goldberg, Bill Goldberg, the professional wrestler, was supposed to play absorbing man,
Right.
And then the rumor was that they took him off of it so they can rewrite it, and it was just like it was just boring.
There's a heck of a way to explain it.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's a
That's
perfect.
just the
Exactly. That's
If you look at the IMDb
That
page,
goes
it's
for the
like
Ang
E
Lee
E E E H E E E E E capital E H,
and then what the hell?
right? And then why? That's all it says.
huh?
Exactly. But anyway, so for some reason I thought that you were going to defend it, and I guess
Oh, look at you! It was 2003.
No.
Nice drop.
There, I did my job
I'm getting
for the
comic
whole
book
thing.
knowledge from the wrong side of the
Sorry.
table.
Well, it's a movie, not a comic book.
Yeah.
And it's random trivia, really. Not.
All right, fair enough.
Random trivia.
No,
Right.
what
Got off
we
trivia
argue
track.
about is the Orville.
Yes, which I'm not going to get into on this show because I think that we can actually devote.
We could do,
a whole-
we could do that another
Because
time.
so one of the things. So let's talk about the. No. Let's. I'm going to re-rail this show. God help me, I'm going to re-rail this show. Okay. All right. So basically, we're a geek show.
Yes.
All right, and we obviously we talk about comic book stuff and geek paraphernalia and that sort of thing.
But we're civilized about it, though.
Usually.
Yeah, I mean, Guy's not here, so that's a pretty accurate description.
Civilized.
So let's hear real quick from the two people who've watched the show who've not been on the show or been exposed to it prior, the Bean Counter and Mini Dude. We'll start with me. Now, Mini Dude admittedly has only seen little bits and pieces.
Yeah,
and,
little
you
bits
know.
and pieces.
But what would you say? Would you say that we're a geek show?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to add?
I think you're just a tangent talk about everything show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with
Really,
that.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's just geek.
Right. Yeah. And so,
yeah.
if we get a slow start, we usually end up talking about English's Hulk and stuff like that. Not that that's
And
happened
we're not
recently.
going to talk about the Orville in this episode.
Right. Which, okay, so do you have anything to add as far as the Blurry Dude show?
No, I completely agree. You guys are, you guys aren't really geeks, but you guys just have your moments that have to involve you guys' interest, I guess.
I don't know if I should take it as a good thing or a bad thing that you want to, like, take the geek part away. Like,
Well, it's like, I don't know.
I will own that,
Yeah.
all right?
That's a good
geek
thing.
for life, right?
Okay, so you make geekdom cool.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, yes. We have just vindicated all of you.
Mind
Love us.
blown.
We
Right?
are your gods. We are your pantheon.
Okay, all right, slow down, henchman. That's later.
That's season 2.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna have to. All right, this is I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna say this is season 1.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We're cool with that.
1.2.
Yeah.
All right, it's Blurry Dude, the Blurry Dude show. Maybe last time it was only technically Blurry Dude show. We've added the or vice versa. I don't
It's
know. It
kind of a
doesn't matter.
reboot, but that's a topic for another episode.
If they could do
That's a
that,
topic for next, which is a great ramp
Yeah,
for
actually.
topics. So I'm going to bring up a couple of the topics that we're going to talk about, and just so you can get an idea of the kind of direction we're going with this. One is going to be remakes, reboots, and super sequels, which will actually be the next episode you see next week. Excuse me. We have perpetual colds for like the next probably 5 weeks.
That'd be a pretty long time. It's 5 months.
It'd be a very long day.
Is it,
Anyway.
if it's perpetual, it's
Day,
perpetual.
months.
Anyway, I'm not gonna go there.
Hold on. See, this is one of the reasons I have to stop for a second. This is one of the reasons why I love the Bean Counter, because there are very few people, other than maybe the professor and Henchman himself, who by the way that he says, you just said perpetual for a limited amount of time. He just smiles like that. And looks over at me like, you just did a stupid thing. But she's like, hey, you just did a stupid thing. Subtle
Hear you
difference.
out.
Is
Subtle
that,
difference
is
in
that why
approach.
they're at that side of the table?
Everything gets thrown in that direction as I
And then get
Flap the
thrown back
mics.
in the middle.
right. So one of the other topics that we're going to talk about is, well, obviously, with the holiday season coming up, I have to do Die Hard versus Lethal Weapon, and this year's is going to be fantastic because I have actually purchased the books that Die Hard and Die Hard 2 were based on.
Die Hard.
Did you
based
know
on a
that?
book.
Yes.
Yes. So hold on, real quick. Got to tell
Actually,
you guys
if you go
this.
back and watch it, it shows at the very beginning of the
How
movie.
excited.
There's
Based on the
Right.
novel by somebody.
There's a myth that's going around apparently, what for since the inception of said movies and franchises, that Die Hard was supposed to be Commando 2, or that Die Hard 2 was supposed to be Commando 2. These are not true.
That's not true.
Also, by the way, Lethal
It's
Weapon
fake
was not
news.
based on any books.
It's fake news.
Oh God, no!
I will ask you this.
It's already happened.
I will ask you this because I could have swore that I read something that actually Frank Sinatra had a hand in writing Die Hard. Like Die Hard was
Oh,
actually.
wait! I will get into that.
Okay,
hold on.
alright,
Now,
alright.
I don't know the truth in that yet. I have to get into the history of the book. But all right, so let me go back. I don't think Lethal Weapon's based on any books. I'll double check that. I realize
Yeah,
I just
no.
said that and didn't. If it is, they were bad books. Okay, the Die Hard ones could be just as bad because I will tell you, tangenting even further, that I tried to watch. Or I tried to read the movie, tried to read. Let me slow down for a second. Right.
Tried to smell the color
Getting
blue.
excited.
Yeah, right. Let me
Just hear everything.
get my verbs, adverbs, and nouns worked out here real quick. I tried to read the book Payback was based on, and there are parts of it that are actually so rough that you feel like it's forced. Other than that, though, it's a great kind of noir-ish,
I didn't even realize it was based off of it.
Yes, and Mel Gibson, after they fired the first director, slaughtered it. That's some stuff for later on. There's a huge, fantastic, horrible history behind Payback the
Because I
movie.
really like that.
I know. I did
really
the same thing. I
did.
went, wait, you mean the dog dies in the fucking book? And the only reason they changed it was the demographic, and I'm part of that demographic. But yeah, and also Bronson. Was it Bronson that was in that?
Charles?
Yes,
Seriously?
yes, as the bad guy.
I don't think
Who was the bad guy
And
I
what?
remember who the bad
in
guy
Payback?
Okay, well, I looked up one thing for you. Lethal Weapon was not based on a movie, but there was a book based on the movie. I mean,
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
The novelization.
Yeah.
Nouns, verbs, whatever.
Right.
Words.
They're adverbs.
Watch our show.
Language.
That's something we're going to have to look into.
What?
The Payback, or who the villain was.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Well, no. Who I can't remember who it was. Yeah, if you want to look that up,
Yeah,
go ahead
What
and
am I
look
looking
it
up?
it up. Payback the movie.
The
Just
villain
put
in
Payback
movie
cast,
Payback.
and it'll come up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the bad guy, he wasn't supposed to be in the movie. That was all like way changed, and even the original movie was pretty far from the book. It's a mess. But I want to devote some time to it
That
on
just
a
sounds
later
like
episode.
Hollywood producers trying to make something.
Oh God! Well, the guy got
Marketable
fired
for
halfway
America.
through.
Chris
Okay.
Christopherson is
Chris
Bronson?
Christopherson. Yes, his name was Bronson. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know stuff. That I just completely invented. I have no credentials to do this at all. I'm not qualified.
Stop with your half truths.
We know
Fake news.
nothing.
Okay, so back to the thing. So Lethal Weapon, not based on a book, but there was a book based on the movie, which
seems a little twisted.
I'll read it. I will read it for the audience's sake, just to see if it did anything. Like, did they
it
add a plot?
changed anything?
How did they get Gary Busey into a book? His teeth won't fit.
Wow.
Yes, he went there.
Wow.
Anyway,
I don't know how you turn a. I'm.
well, there's a whole thing. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to make a comparison between Lethal Weapon and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Arthur C. Clarke was commissioned to write specifically for the movie, and he wrote the book. Yeah. Now I'm not sure what the order was. If he did a screenplay and then wrote the book, or how because he's a weird dude anyway. But
Right.
but anyway, I'll get into that on a
I
later
don't know how you
thing.
feel about this, but Ghostbusters is a book too.
Based on I'm sure.
Most movies had novelizations, especially back then.
Right.
I mean, there were Star Wars novelizations.
But this
Well,
is
that I
different.
didn't
It's
know.
different for Die Hard. With Die Hard, this book was written way before. Now, here's the really, really kind of weird part. Die Hard 1 is based on the second book in a completely different series than Die Hard 2. So they didn't do a movie of the first book. They did a movie of the second book. And then they said, let's do Die Hard 2. And somebody
And
said,
then
let's use a completely different book with a completely different author. But
See, I can see Die Hard being a pop-up book. Because of the explosion.
pull this little tab and Alan Rickman falls off the tower. I want that book.
Yeah,
I-
that
Arms
is
waving
right
as
now.
that is fantastic.
Is there a
only two
website that'll
slices.
print pop-up books for you? Is that a thing?
It should be, yeah.
Yeah. You hear us. Make that thing.
Right.
Make money.
Hey, Love Pop. Okay? You guys seen Love Pop cards? They're brilliant.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Absolutely
Okay.
brilliant. I love that.
We'll have to
I
frame it.
this is like obviously nobody pays us, so just you might as well just remember that throughout this. But I love Pop cards. They're really cool, and they are like precision CNC machined greeting cards that pop up.
You know,
I'll bet they could do
I
that.
wonder if the,
Yeah,
greetings- if the
definitely.
card I got for my birthday here was one because
pop-up?
it's a yellow submarine. That,
Yes,
Yes, it is.
it is. I would. Yeah, I was going to get.
Yeah, it's sitting.
Glad
on
I
the
didn't get
computer
it.
downstairs.
Yeah. Was that Tog that got that for you?
I don't know who picked it out. It
Because
was
it
the
just seems like
office.
a. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I
Ones that
figured
we got
that
were
seemed
pretty
like a.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a dragon.
We got a dragon, elephant,
ship, all kinds of stuff.
Flower cart.
Flower cart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like there was more. A willow
No, it's
tree.
just-
I don't know. There's all kinds
yeah,
of
there
cool
was a
stuff.
willow tree.
Check them out, lovepop.com. There. And I'm either going to get paid or sued or ignored. Probably.
I mean, if it's this easy to get advertisement out of us just by existing, imagine what
Right.
throwing money at us
Yeah.
can do.
If you could, right. You know what? I don't want your money, guys. I just want you to continue making quality products because there are so few of those these days.
Very true.
But I'm not going to get into that whole thing.
And we probably won't turn down your money either.
Yeah, no. I mean, you want to send us.
As the bean
likely
counter,
not.
I pretty much will tell you, we will
Right.
not turn
down
We will,
money.
we will devote whole episodes to your product. BlurryDude.com.
Should we get a Patreon? That's a thing now. I don't think that was a thing before.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. We didn't. When we started, there wasn't even Kickstarter.
Really?
When you started, yeah. I think by the
Hell, I actually think.
Apparently
Wait a
Patreon.
minute.
there.
But
When did Google buy YouTube?
No.
Oh, that was like a year after it started. That was like 2007.
apparently,
I was going to
Patreon
say. I
is a
think
really
we
good
actually
thing,
started
though.
before the Google YouTube acquisition. Which,
Wow.
yeah,
When
that's
YouTube was just like some guys had a website where you could
with millions of viewers.
right.
Anyway, so did I just
I heard
break
a
my
phone.
own rule?
I did
Yes, you
too.
did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, good God,
We're
man!
kicking you off the show,
That's
dude.
it. You're out
No,
of here.
That's it.
You're out.
That's it.
Okay, all right, that's taken care of.
We're gonna start calling it the not the Blurry Beach.
The absence of Blurry Dude show. I was going somewhere with the topics, right? So getting back to the topic. So
Yeah,
that
the books to movies topic.
right, we're yeah, that's actually a good ramp. Boy, you just ramped without me. That's oh God, she's
that's
vying for my
something you
job. Not that I get paid. You just get the parking space. You have to set up a mixer,
You
whatever.
get all the responsibilities and none
Yeah,
of the
good.
anything else.
There is nothing else. What is there? The
He
hat.
doesn't even have the
There's
benefits.
a hat, yeah.
Yeah, some head.
No
these
benefits
aren't
to it.
even anyway. All right, so going back to that, yeah, we're going to be doing books to movies, and we're going to be talking about all of the movies that we've seen that were originally books. Not
Ooh.
but I'm glad that we talked about that
Talk
because
about
we
The
have to
Martian.
we have to exclude. Oh God, yes,
About what?
yes,
Let's just
so
make-
much yes. Have you read the book
Read the book
and
first.
watched the movie? Oh, see, I watched the movie first and read the book,
That'll be
and
an
I don't
interesting
think it was.
comparison.
I don't think it made a difference.
Okay, wait
First
for-
off, they were both. Okay, yeah, all right.
So,
Wait. Does this mean I have to read? Yes,
No,
I'm
just
that
watch
guy.
the movie.
Wait a minute.
He is
Hold
that
on.
too.
Hold on.
do your
Right there with you,
subtitles,
man.
close enough.
We have to decide whether or not for that topic, Mongo gets a pass, and I think that he should. And it probably will. My name's on the sign. I think that graphic novels
Yes.
to movies counts, not comic books to movies. There's a difference, and I don't care if you're a comic book person or not. There's a difference.
There is. I agree.
Watchmen is not a comic book, all right? Just not. Good God, man.
Oh, that was another thing we had. We just thought about. Because
Right.
I really wasn't a fan of Watchmen.
I really wasn't a fan of Watchmen either, and I thought that I was going to be because they didn't do the weird alien hokey thing that the comic did, or the graphic novel.
Broke one of his
That
other
was
ones.
that was another thing. It was because I read the graphic novel and I saw the movie and I didn't like either one. And then one of my friends looked at me as like, we can't be friends anymore.
I will defend you on when that comes up. When we do that episode, I will totally defend you on that
All right.
on that position.
And if you like watching arguments, you found the right show because the
Yeah.
dude doesn't even agree with himself.
Right?
Contradiction.
No, I don't.
The show
That's just going to be one
contradiction.
episode in itself.
Right.
Just him beside himself.
Just cut me up.
Man, we should get the panelists from Kid Show Idol.
Oh, good God,
All
man.
one show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now we're going back. Whew. Good thing I'm wearing a hat. No. Well, now we have nothing.
Blank.
It was like, oh, what do we do?
What are the other? Okay, so we're going to talk about, as a matter of fact, because we've got Mongo and Mongo is now a full-time, which was the original intention of season 7 anyway. So he's not just a guest anymore. He's still just as special because we love Mongo. But we're going to give him 3 episodes that are probably going to be primarily his forte. We're going to do TV shows based on comic books. I'm getting like a p.
No, actually,
Are you seeing what's going on here?
Yes.
Something's crackling.
Houston, we have a problem.
I swear.
Our electrical is not perfect here on the Blurry Dude Show. For any of you who've watched us in the
The
past,
lights haven't gone out
I
yet.
swear I'm not
if you
doing
with my
multi hands.
phone, so-
This is about to be Stranger Things. What you see is just
right? Shadows. Oh, I can't say that. Oh yes. Well, all right. We should talk about
Rules.
bean counter. Since you're so good at this sort of thing, yes.
Oh, Lord.
Remind me after this tangent to tangent about the rules.
Okay.
But we're going to be doing the 3 episodes. So one of them is going to be TV shows based on comic book storylines, movies based on. You notice how I'm real careful with that comic book storylines. Like, I don't want to say just based on a comic or anything like that.
Actually, me and Mini Dude were talking before, and it was
Yeah.
like, and we're pretty much on top.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, and that's that. I think that's coming up in a couple weeks. Is the episode with the comic book TV shows, which Mini Dude will be commentating on. Maybe even more after that. I don't know.
Maybe.
You're nice and quiet. I want to keep you.
Yes, but when
I
he does
listen.
speak,
I'm a
people
listener.
listen.
Right? Yeah. When I talk, I move mountains.
He's generally calling somebody
What
out.
the heck is going on? Is it me? Oh,
Is
good
it-
God, it's me.
It might be me
I
because I
can
might
hear
be.
it. I can hear it from outside of your headphones.
Bad things are happening to my mixer.
It might be me. It might be me
Is it
because my
'cause
wire's
you're-
on the table.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is your wiretapping?
You can't say wiretapping on the show. We haven't got to the rules yet, though, so I'll let that one slide. But that's strike 1.
I'm out. See you guys
out.
later.
Out of here.
But we're also going to talk about the 3rd episode that I've been trying to tell you guys about and failing is what is it?
You'll
Well, you
find
said
out when
movies.
watch
And then
Movies,
you said
movies,
movies?
TV shows, and I think just comic books.
Yeah, okay.
We'll just.
I'm a little behind on my comics. So.
And that's all you guys.
That's okay. You've got a little while to catch up.
All right.
Get reading. No,
Okay.
I'll get reading. With
get
you.
reading or get dying. Morgan
I
Freeman
can
said that.
explain why I was
Or
behind.
getting
but-
busy dying.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty good. You catch things so much faster, but you're just not boisterous enough so that everybody notices. I love you, henchman. I love everybody. I do. You're all great. Yeah, so that's the comic book thing. So the rules. No, there's another. I was going to talk
There's
about
one
another
more
topic.
episode in there.
Well, there's going to be hopefully more than that. Jesus, oh God, we're already doomed. Doomed.
It's your perpetual timeline.
And it's
Yeah.
not. It's, and
Let's talk
mostly
about the
it's.
new tick. compared to the old
Yeah,
tick.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
We talk about
Oh yes.
tick versus tick.
Tick versus tick.
Yeah.
Now, we are doing a little bit of that.
That would be good.
Okay.
I didn't even finish that with you guys.
You need
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
you need to.
you
There's
guys
only like one
finish.
more episode.
Yeah, I
that
need
you
to
have
finish
watch.
that too.
And then they need to post the rest of the season of the new one to
February.
watch it, yeah.
February. So if this is February when you're watching this, I've done something horribly, horribly wrong. Um, anyway,
Well, or you're just watching it a while after it came out. That's,
Yeah.
well, that could be too. This may, yeah. So if you're watching
Time's
this when
weird.
you're supposed to watch this, we feel your pain. The tick isn't done yet, and we're waiting for the second half of the first season to come out. If you're watching this much later and you've already seen it, screw you. Why didn't you watch us earlier?
Right. Also, no spoilers, guys. Come on, don't tell us the ending.
Right.
yeah. Just shh.
Those are the people I hate.
That's the
Yeah.
people everybody
Well,
Once
and
you
that's-
travel through time to give you spoilers, yeah, I hate those guys.
That's the second time. That's the second time that we've segued into the rules, and I'm going to skip over it again, and then probably not talk about the rules because that's welcome to the Blurry Dude Show.
So how about you talk about the rules?
Yeah, you might as well.
Well, I thought we were going to talk about one more. We were going to announce one more topic.
I don't care.
Should I announce the big one?
Go ahead.
No.
Go for it.
No. Okay. There's a big
No,
one coming.
I'm
There's
kinda
a
curious.
big, heavy, looming, shadowy, ominous one coming.
Ooh, good word.
And I hope I didn't just build up too much.
You overshot it.
Right? Yeah, a little bit.
We're actually just going to be talking about how that one scene in The Godfather was really underexposed.
Yeah.
One scene.
Well, the rest were underexposed, but this one was like almost completely unsalvageable. I've never even seen the movie, so.
I haven't
Right.
either. Don't worry.
We tried to make that a thing. No, I'm not going to get into it. All right. So, rules. Rule number 1.
You're
Sort
the
of.
baller, you make all the rules.
I am the king of the mountain.
Is this like the
Bow
Gibbs,
to
the
me.
Gibbs rules from NCIS?
I don't watch that show.
The first rule of the Blurry Dude show is we don't talk about the Blurry Dude show.
Right. The
Yeah.
first yeah.
Easy for you to
It's
say.
contagious.
The first rule of the Blurry Dude show is you don't talk about NCIS.
And he's gone.
See? Here's that arguing we were talking about. Because, anyway. No, I won't bash NCIS this time.
This time.
But no, I don't know what's the reference.
Well, because Gibbs always have these rules.
Okay, what's Gibbs?
Gibbs. I have to explain
What
this
is
whole thing. Mark
a
Harmon plays the
Gibbs?
character. I can't even say it.
It is
Mark Harmon plays
contagious.
the character Jethro Leroy Gibbs.
Jethro Leroy
Yeah,
Gibbs.
Gibbs, yes.
Wow.
And which is a badass character. And
He's obviously from New England.
And a serial killer because he has
And-
3 names.
Right.
but he's the boss.
Or an assassin.
Yeah.
But basically, he's the boss and he makes all these rules. So,
Okay.
And there's always certain rules like they're always numbered. Like one of the rules is like never trust lawyers.
All right, yeah, all right.
Fair.
Still got a little better.
But because you are our the fearless leader, you make all these rules. Like,
Did you just compare me to somebody named Jethro Leroy?
I sure did. I sure did.
You're either
I
assassin
think it was that kind of show. Shit. Anyway. Oh, by the way, we also cuss. So there's that. In case you haven't noticed.
There's lots of profanity.
There's not lots of profanity, but it does slip, especially if we're talking about NCIS.
Yeah, there was a little bit of fucking profanity.
Right?
Sorry, Mom, for my cursing.
I'm sorry.
I have no.
Sorry, Mom, I
apologies.
learned my cursing from you. But I was raised on George Carlin and Richard Pryor and Lenny Bruce. What do you want? I go to New York and I fit right in. It's weird. Same life views and vocabulary.
See, for me, it's just weird because, like, once I started cursing more, my parents started doing it around me.
Mine too.
It was like, whoa.
You're
whoa,
not
whoa.
supposed to be doing
You're not allowed
that.
to say that word.
Right?
What are you doing?
No, see, that was never a
was
problem
never
in my
the
house. My mom, I love my mother, of course. Most of us do, at least if we should. Hey, it's
Let's not get
2017,
into
whatever,
that.
right? But mom cussed like a Brooklyn taxi cab
I'm not
driver.
saying
I mean,
anything.
she did. She cussed a lot. The one that shocked me was my grandmother. The first time I heard and it was damn. So it was like the least of all of
Pretty
them.
sure I've heard "damn" on kids shows
Right,
on
yeah.
several occasions.
Right, she's like, damn it. And I'm like,
Huh?
good God, man. I was getting ready to call The Exorcist. It was crazy.
Are you possessed, Cream Graham?
But,
See, I think I learned it from TV. So
Burnt, you're out. All
I
right.
learned it from TV. That and my mom's driving, of course, any parent.
Well, wait a minute. Was it
That's this
your mom's driving and you heard her cussing, or was it your mom's driving and you heard everybody around her cussing? I'm just curious. Or was it both?
No, it's definitely her.
Okay. All right. So the driving's okay.
Yeah,
it's the
it's-
language that
it's-
gets.
yeah, it's-
She's
yeah.
disappointed in everybody else. I can relate to that.
Concur.
Mongo's mom, I can totally relate to that. I really can. I really can. We're from Dayton.
Right.
Well, I
That's
remember
the
the one
new
time.
name, Eminem.
I remember the one time my mom was driving, something happened, and my mom said, I think it was supposed to shit. And then my sister was in the back, shit.
Nice.
And my mom looks at it, and we both look back, and it's like, we both start laughing. Don't say that, baby, don't say that.
Right? I know we're smiling and sending mixed messages, but don't do that. There's nothing wrong with our country.
Right.
The hell are you talking about? No, actually, I read an article recently that said that you should hang out with people who cuss more because they're more intelligent. This article was also full of shit, but it was interesting.
fake
It was
news.
interesting.
No,
to
but I
read.
think they had less stress. People who cussed
Yeah,
actually were less stressed.
I believe that.
I fully
Well, that doesn't
believe
surprise
that.
me. They're cussing
It's why
when
I
they
start
cuss
so
out.
early in the morning.
Right?
Like, I've got a regimen, really, quota to fill. I got a little card I carry around and check off.
I do it every time I play video games. So
Right? That's the only way to win, though. That's different.
Or break your controller.
That and do
one or
this.
the other.
I mean, it took Nintendo long enough. There we go. Nintendo, there's your next innovation. Okay, so everybody who played Mario Brothers on the NES or SNES knows when you're like, damn it, just jump. We all know that.
Oh, no,
and Nintendo noticed, and they
Yeah.
made the Wii. Okay, so now when you do this, it does shit, right?
Yeah.
Right? Now they need the Nintendo V for vulgar. The more and faster and louder you shout profanities at it, the more points you
no.
get.
Yeah,
See,
but it's
I
Nintendo, so it's gonna have to be like, you know, the TV dubs for those profanities. You know, because Nintendo's, you know, they're kid friendly, so it's gonna have to be, you know, kid friendly words.
Right?
So like, you know, darn.
Cheese and rice!
Yeah, exactly.
You cork-soaking...
well, that's like NBC's The Good Place. They're not allowed. They can't curse in it, so it's like with the fork.
I keep seeing things about that because the internet now like shoots subliminal messages into the corners of your eyes from the sides of all the screens. I've been seeing things about that, and I keep going back and forth as to whether or not I want to even try.
Don't forget the not so subliminal full page.
Well, yeah, there's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The ones that are like, you can't see this page.
Oh, you wanted the content on this website. Well,
Right.
fuck you. You get this ad.
Right, I know. Here's the thing, okay? So
Buy our stuff.
I'm not a big
What is
fan.
this?
I'm not a big fan of Failbook, or as the professor calls it, Failblog, which is even more clever because he changed both words. But the
I like Face Space myself.
face space, right?
Space.
Right, my book. I had a Western Digital my book though, so that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Anyway, all
I
right,
just mix
that wasn't
MySpace
funny.
and
But
Facebook.
the
Add me on Friendster.
what the hell is it? Are you? I don't know if you're joking or not. That's the thing. I don't even know anymore.
That was like the original social network. It's gone.
Okay. So
well,
it did
that
exist
joke-
at one
It
point.
did. It predated MySpace.
Huh.
It was the like.
I didn't even really get into MySpace until Facebook.
Yeah. It's like, no, screw Facebook. I'm going to this MySpace thing. It's the.
But Google, what the f are you talking about? YouTube. What the hell is wrong with me? Yahoo, whatever.
Yahoo!
Yahweh. Anyway, which I will bash that movie too, just to forewarn you. Anybody who caught that,
No, I
No,
didn't.
I didn't.
that's okay. You don't have
None
to.
of us
That was for you.
Well, inform us.
Aren't you special?
That was your special moment. The very special
That we
moment
two
with Dick
can
Dude.
share. No. God, I'm glad that the professor's not here for that one. Or Guy, really. He'd probably do the. I forgot what I was talking about.
I did my job.
Yes, you did. Boy, man, you really wrecked that one.
Did a great
That
job.
was
We're
that was
going
like
over rules,
shopping
and
cart
I
on
think
the
you got
railroad track.
One half of a rollout.
All right. So going back to the rules until I forget what I was talking about again and go back to the thing that I forgot the first time. Rule number one, I wanted to say no spoilers, but we can't.
There's
We
gonna be
cannot
spoilers.
commit to that. There are going to be spoilers.
We'll try to warn you of the spoilers.
Yes, and
no
so that
guarantees.
you'll continue watching the show, we'll give you some kind of indication when you can unmute us or something, or we'll just tell you this is going to consume the rest of the. So
How will we even know?
That's what I was gonna say. Are we gonna do like you're gonna?
Hey, turn it up.
we'll
Come
lose
back.
viewers.
We have viewers?
We'll lose viewer.
Hey,
Me.
Isn't that one of the rules?
What, losing
That
viewers?
used to be.
Oh, okay.
You
It
wanna
used
talk
to be-
about the viewer.
Do you know how many times we broke that rule? Good God, man.
Have we ever done the opposite of breaking it? just abided to it? I don't think we have.
In other words, stuff's
Only when we're not on air.
stuff's
Oh,
just
right,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
We're gonna put these rules here to break them
Yes,
later
yes,
on.
stuff's
Right.
gonna happen.
It keeps it edgy.
Right. By the way, so I have to do another one of the classic Blurry Dude disclaimers. If the sound is awful, we're sorry. We'll fix it.
Or not.
I would say in
try.
post, but that's not going to happen. That's fine.
Yeah. No.
It's going up. It's going on the way it happens. Because that's the one thing that you can always count on us for. We are genuine.
Yeah.
We have genuine problems.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, unless we're apart.
Yes.
But, so, by the way, that was the only rule I had. So it's your guys' turn.
Well, we get to make up
Well,
rules?
we get to make rules?
Wait, whoa. Good God, the grab for power. It's like the current administration.
You can't just throw that out there.
Nobody's gonna take up the office.
That, by the way, so... All right, the two hot buttons we got to talk about. Spoilers are actually more important. Talking about spoilers or warning about spoilers, for those of you who don't know, don't do this to your friends, people, okay? It's actually more important than the rules about politics and religion. These are spoilers, man, all right? That's important stuff.
Right.
So we will warn you. Politics and religion. We have always attempted poorly to not talk about those things, but they probably will come up. And if
Yeah.
they offend you, oh well, why are you watching our show? And that's
This
about
show
how I
isn't
feel.
If
About
they
it.
offend
The
you,
show's
well,
about-
there's always Fox News.
Right, I was going to say, if they offend you, then,
There's
well,
always
yeah, right. I don't just...
It's all
I've got
opinions.
feelings about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so we will try to avoid heavy politics, heavy
Yeah.
religion. We're not going to beat you over the head
We're
with
not going to make a
anything.
whole episode
Because we
of it,
want
but
this to be a fun show.
Yeah.
Right, here's the deal. Like, there's a
But-
lot of bullshit going on in the
Yeah.
world right now,
Yeah.
and it's not that we're burying our heads in the sand or anything, but we want to offer everybody, including ourselves, an escape. Just
We're-
a little
we're trying
get
to
away
bring you
from
the
it.
fun kind of bullshit.
Right. Okay, we're trying to inform you about
trying to
really...
bring the
Now, wait a
fun
minute,
from-
wait a minute. We cover a lot of very heavy, important world issues on the Blurry Dude Show, and we have in the past, and there are going to be many, many things that we supported or that we felt that we are going to very, very, very fervently stand behind, even in the new episodes. Like Michael Bay should not make films. Okay, this is something that I feel the whole world should not only be aware of, but should really, really maybe write a congressman or buy a weapon. No.
It was about time.
It is. Oh,
Yeah.
good night. Okay, well, we actually got through that, guys.
Yeah,
We
good
did.
job.
First episode of the Blurry Dude Show. Next
Oh.
week, remakes, reboots, and super sequels. So, should we do the until next time?
What's the until next time for the new?
Well, no, because we can still do that. We decided we're not going to do it in the beginning, but we can do it at
Right.
the end. I'm just talking to henchmen like pretty
Okay.
much the whole
I
episode.
mean, we need some kind of outro.
Right.
Well, you.
Okay, so this is how it goes. You know, you guys know what to do, right?
I think I remember.
Okay.
I
You
start?
guys will just catch on. Yeah, you'll go, and then Mongo, and then they'll just pick up. I'll look at you guys.
Okay.
How's that? Not that it matters. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Why are we being so secretive about this?
We're just doing the names, though, right? Or we
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made it to be so.
Shh,
turn. Go.
shh. They're watching.
Anyway,
Guys ruin everything.
Until next time.
So until next time, I'm the Blurry Dude.
I'm henchman number 3.
I'm Mongo.
I'm Mini Dude.
And I'm the bean counter.
Peace.
Peace.